Hello everyone, and this week I thought I would update you all on Project Heavy, my scratch built and scratch designed 3D printed RC armored vehicle, half-track vehicle project that's been going on since probably about December. Now, for those of you who haven't seen build diary number 1, I'm just going to put that link in up top here anyway in the video. You'll see it on the top right of your screen hopefully. I recommend you check that out if you haven't already. It will give you a bit of background as to where how this whole project started. Anyway, for those of you who've just joined the channel as well, welcome. I just thought I'd give a little bit of an update on this project. So looking in Fusion 360 right now, this is where we left it in the last video. Basically, I designed the rear tracked section of the vehicle, the gearbox, the running gear, all that sort of stuff was designed. But I hadn't yet designed the front suspension and the front section of the vehicle, or at least I made a start, but hadn't quite finalized it. So you can see here, this is per the build diary number 1. I had printed out the rear section successfully and was driving that around. So yes, that's where I got to. Then it was basically a challenge to begin. The next challenge was to begin designing the front axle and front suspension system. So I chose to go with a leaf spring suspension here, as you can see. Then I began to print out the front axle. The leaf spring setup comprises multiple leaves there. Had to come up with some sort of kingpin design, which to be honest hasn't quite yet been finalized at the moment. Basically it's just a screw that goes in the top and the bottom vertically, which does need a little bit more work. But yeah, the printing of the leaf springs, I wasn't quite sure how that was going to go, because obviously I wanted a little bit of flex there in the leaf springs. So as it stands now, there's definitely some flex in the springs, but when you put them all together, the suspension is quite hard, so yeah, kind of need to work on the stiffness of the suspension. But yeah, you can see here printing the leaf springs and printing out the front section of the chassis frame. I then received the servo in the mail finally, and so yeah, I then began to model the servo in all its glory as closely as I could by measuring it all up. And then the front section of the vehicle started to take more shape. I started to put the tie rods together, or the tie rod together, and started to do the basically get all of the front axle and whatnot all sorted. So you can see here from these photos that I began to model all of that in Fusion 360, and I was quite happy with myself how I managed to get all of this designed. The next point, of course, with the servo was to design the steering system. Now, I kind of ummed and ahed over the steering for a while, trying to get those steering linkages working along one side of the vehicle didn't really work. Then I had a bit of a brainwave and I designed this pin slot system that you can see here. So basically the pin slot, there's a central kind of lever that moves up and down as part of the servo. And that basically operates the tie rod of the vehicle directly. So you can see here that system in Fusion 360 at least. And that's the design I came up with. I wasn't actually sure that it was going to work, to be honest, but I thought, hey, we'll give it a go because it's actually quite a clean setup and it puts all the steering linkages in the middle of the vehicle. So yeah, from that point I ended up with something like this. Obviously the front suspension and the front leaf springs, the servos modeled, you can see there as well. I've got the battery there, then the servo, then the gearbox. So you can see all of that. So yeah, I then began to kind of refine the front chassis frame a little bit more. I had to do another reprint or so of some of these parts. So that was a little bit annoying, but yeah, it really makes sense to actually try and finalize the design before you start printing these parts out, as I found anyway. So had to reprint a few of the central sections as well and get them all sorted out. But yeah, in the end, yeah, managed to basically bring the vehicle together, and you can see from these photos as well that the chassis frame and the design of the whole thing is actually quite sturdy once you slide the subframe sections into the chassis rail there, and attach the whole thing to the rear section of the vehicle, and then you end up with a complete vehicle. The other thing also as well was just obviously designing and printing out the wheel rims, which are a 2-piece unit, and then they are screwed together with a bunch of nuts and bolts basically. And here you can see the vehicle finally resting on the front axle as well. So the front section of the chassis attached to the rear, and we've got basically a complete vehicle. So this is how the vehicle started to look. And yeah, it was really coming together. So obviously I had to put the servo in here. The servo is missing from these photos. But yes, here we've got the battery attached and the servo attached as well. And this is how it ended up only just a few days ago. So from here, I started to really test out the steering system. And to my delight, I guess, to my slight surprise, it actually worked just fine. I wasn't sure about that pin and slot design for the steering. I haven't actually seen it done anywhere else, at least in the RC world. And it's quite, I guess, unconventional, but yeah, it works just fine. So I was really happy with that. And you can see here it's actually working quite smoothly. So really, really happy with how that ended up working. So the actual steering angle is not fantastic, but I can probably edit that by adjusting the angle of the slot and remodeling a different slot into the steering there. But anyway, this is basically how it ended up. It's a bit of an overview of what the rolling chassis looks like at the moment. Got the battery all mounted up, got the battery little bracket, and got the front piece mounted to the chassis as well. And yeah, so this can actually accept two different types of batteries. Got the conventional NiMH battery in there, but can also slot a LiPo battery, which you saw just a few frames ago as well. And yes, the performance of the vehicle itself works very well indeed, and can crawl very well using that awesome ESC that I've got from Quick Run. I've been putting it through its paces big time, been putting it through some pretty crazy trials, as you can see here as well. Just going full throttle back and forth over and over and over again. I was actually missing one pin from the track links here on the right hand side. So in just a second you'll see that the track actually gets thrown. There it goes. So that was quite interesting. But yeah, I mean technically the track was weakened by 50% in that sequence. So once I put the other link in, it was fine. The other thing I encountered was, you can see here that the right hand bogie has collapsed because there's just a single axle basically that the whole bogie pivots on. And yeah, I'll explain that here a little bit more. So basically you got the central axle here, which serves as an axle for that middle road wheel, but also serves as a pivot at the same time for the entire bogie. So you can see there that it's just got a fairly skinny kind of axle there, the same the same diameter as these outer axles on the bogie. So what I had to do here was, that was obviously a weak point. The axle had snapped there just during my trials. So what I had to do there was, yeah, these are the challenges anyway that I came across. So you can see there it's the same diameter as the outer axle. So that obviously had to change. And so what I did there was basically had to remodel and then reprint some aspects of the bogie design, including the bogie frame and the bracket there that sits on the chassis itself. So in the end, I actually machined, well, I designed some larger diameter axles there for the central pivot, I guess you could say. And then once I'd done that, I began to actually print out the bigger parts. And then here you go, here's a comparison of the old and the new parts. You can obviously see the difference there. And I had to reprint some of those bits and pieces out. These are just the front wheel rims that got reprinted out as well in a different color, and also with a slightly redesigned central hub system, which I will detail in due course, I guess. I did have to go back and strengthen the central part of the chassis frame with a thicker subframe piece, I guess you could say. It's kind of hard to describe, but yeah, I had to strip it all back temporarily there just to get everything working, because there was a bit too much flex in the chassis once the battery and all the bits and pieces were added. But yeah, so from there obviously started to model more bits of the body. So you can see here the frame uprights that I've got modeled, and so I've started to model more of these extra bits and pieces that will eventually form part of the body structure. So this is more or less how the body stands at the moment. in Fusion 360. I haven't printed any of the body section out right now, so it's really just the rolling chassis that I've got printed out. Okay, so you can see the uprights there against the body, and yeah, I've put some bolt holes into the body section itself that will interface with a part there on the chassis just in front of the battery, so that works well. So yeah, this is put like a little entry door as well on the left hand side there, just behind the front wheels, as you can see. I'm hoping to make that a hinged door system that actually opens and closes. And yeah, so where to from here? Basically still full steam ahead, just redesigning some bits and pieces, redesigning the bogey wheels and the idler wheels with a different style, removing the excessive holes there from the design and going with more of a smooth sort of recessed layout, as you can see here. So this is only just a few hours old, this actual design here. So I've started to design this, and this will be implemented instead of those round holes, I guess you could say. So this is how the tracked layout looks now, and this is how the vehicle currently stands, I guess. So this is how it's going to look, obviously once it's printed out. But yeah, there's a lot to do still on the body section, so I'm really glad. I guess I'm trying to keep this as a really quick update, I guess. So I've got the rolling chassis going, so now it's just focusing on the body section now. So I want to model the interior as well. I think I've got all the chassis components down pat. The steering works well, so yeah, I'm gonna have to start to model some floorboards and things like that that will attach to those uprights. And yeah, so that's basically where I'll get to. So you can see here the new design of the bogey wheels already starting to be printed and added to the vehicle. But yes, I'll leave it here for now, and thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to make this a quick update for this round, and I'll start working on that body section soon. So I really appreciate your viewership. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully we'll catch you all very soon in the next one. Cheers.